Because if you just go through your thoughts in your head, you don't remember all of them because you go from one to the other. When you start writing down, people are like, oh my, no wonder I'm depressed. Okay, I have a lot going on in my life, and look at the way I'm thinking about it. No wonder I'm anxious. No wonder I'm insecure. And now I can understand why I act the way I do. I know for myself in my past, I've had certain behaviors and patterns that I just could never figure out. Why do I keep repeating the same thing? It's not working, but I keep doing it. Once I learned this, I was able to finally figure out, oh, the way I'm thinking, the way I believe about myself is what's determining the choices that I'm making. So I can change. It's not just don't do that, right? So that's easier said than done. Tell an alcoholic, just don't have another drink. Okay, it's not going to work. What are my thoughts that make me feel a certain way that cause me to do these things that are disruptive in my life that aren't working? Okay, and I think another thing that happens prior to people learning what they're thinking about is by doing the same behaviors over and over again, makes people a lot more depressed. Because then they start, their thoughts are, I'm weak, I'm never going to change, why can't I learn, I'm not as good as everybody else. So people get upset with themselves that they're not making changes, which just feeds into the same behaviors and makes them feel worse. Okay? So let me ask you guys, if you're comfortable, anybody's wants to share, it doesn't have to be a super personal situation, but I just want to know if I could walk somebody through this to help you figure out how you fit into the cognitive therapy. Anybody want to try? Okay, so first give me a situation that caused negative moods.
Oh, well, when my daughter is going through a relationship problem, first heartbreak.
First heartbreak.
She's 17.
Okay, and that's what's going on right now with her?
And that's what's going on with her right now, which affects me because it affects my knowledge of where she is and if she's safe. In the relationship, I could know that she was safe because I knew where she was. But now that she's not in a relationship and she's with friends and they're hanging out, I'm getting anxious because I don't really have as good a track or security with knowing her whereabouts now.
So the thought is, I don't know where she is. When you're feeling anxious, is that the thought though?
Yeah, more that she's safe. I don't know if she's...
Okay, so the thought at the time is that she's not safe.
Well, that potentially there could be some problem.
Okay. So so the thought is she's not safe, something bad could happen.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay, so you feel anxious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Feel scared, maybe insecure?
Well, sad.
Sad,
because
okay.
I want to be able to be there for her. I want to make sure that I am there for her if something should come up.
Okay.
I mean,
So is it a thought that you have too that maybe I won't be able to be there for her? Why do you worry that you might not be able to be there for her?
well, because I don't know. I guess because I'm working or sleeping. Just
Okay. So something bad could happen and I might not be available.
right. I guess I mean I'm not in something.
Right.
Because I could be working or something like that.
Right. Okay.
I don't know.
So that's another thought that's feeding into the anxiety, is I won't be able to be there right for her when she needs me.
Right.
Okay.
Will I be available
When she needs me. Okay. So that's where the sadness comes. Okay. And then the anxiety you said. All right. So what are your behaviors when you feel this way?
I don't sleep as well.
Okay. So
right
that's
now.
a
And I love to sleep.
That's
So
okay.
This is a change for me.
Okay. So that's your physical
I
reaction
have
is
to
you
rest.
can't sleep.
Yeah, not enough good rest.
Not enough good rest. Okay.
Right. I'm not resting easy.
Okay. And then can I assume your behavior would be worrying?
Well, there's always that cloud of,
Mhm.
fear of, is she okay?
Right. Well, your fear is your mood, and then the thought is again, is she okay?
Mhm.
But behaviorally, are you thinking about it a lot? You're worried?
Behaviorally, I'm not sleeping as well. That's basically what's happening right now.
With the sleep would be physical,
Yeah.
your physical reaction. But I would assume your behavior is that you're worried about it. Is she safe or is she, can I be there for her? So the worrying is a behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people worry.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Worrying
does that make
is-
sense?
Not being able to concentrate on things the way I'd like to.
Okay, so that's another physical reaction that you're
Right.
having. Okay. And worrying also two parts. People you don't worry because there's things to worry about, but also people with anxiety worry, because it gives them a false sense of control. That, you know, if I worry about it, then I'll be ready when it gets here.
Okay.
You know?
That's right.
It's like, I have to worry about it, because what if it happens?
Right.
Or what if I didn't worry about it?
You wanna
Then I won't
be prepared, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So the thought.
It's like that same thing, you know, going toneless from, you know,
Yeah,
it's that
Kind of.
same kind of extreme.
yeah, I mean, your brain
Right.
just runs.
Yeah.
So the thought there, right, is that I have to worry so I'll be ready, right? But in
Mhm.
reality, worrying doesn't change any outcome.
Right.
Because you could worry all day long, and whenever it happens, you still need to deal with it.
Mhm.
Or it could never happen, and you've just exhausted your body of lots of energy,
Mhm.
because you're worried,
Right, exactly.
right? Which makes it harder to sleep, it makes it harder to concentrate, and just feeds into that anxiety, okay? So so there you are at home, and you're like, oh, I can't sleep, what's going on? I'm thinking, is she safe? Am I gonna be there for her when she needs me? Okay, so that's where you wanna get, is identify your thoughts, okay?
Uh-huh.
And then you wanna just ask yourself, is it true 100%? So that's the other part is, you know, people have this belief that I think it, so therefore it's true.
Right.
So I'm gonna do something about it, right? So in cognitive therapy, it's challenging your thoughts. So it's not a matter of positive thinking, like, oh, everything will be okay, because nothing bad's ever happened. Because that lasts, I say, like the last 5 miles of the marathon, where you're like, I can do it, I can do it, I can get past the, finish line, and then it's gone. And that's what positive thinking is good for, for little window moments. But to really change how you're thinking, you have to challenge your thoughts, okay? And looking and saying that maybe this isn't 100% true, that something bad's gonna happen, or that I won't be able to be there for her, okay? So the next step, so we challenge it. So let's use, so let me ask you this, out of the thoughts that you shared, that I won't be able to be there for her when she needs me, or something bad will happen, which one do you think causes most anxiety for you?
Not knowing, what environment she's in, you know, that,
So maybe she's not safe.
well, I mean, you know, because with teenagers, there's alcohol,
Sure.
there's drugs, there's drugs that are being used that are, prescribed drugs, you know,
Right.
I mean, it's not that,
Not a risk.
and she hasn't been involved with that kind of stuff, but I think that more opportunity when you're single and you're within a group and you're kind of group dating, as opposed to just one relationship dating, because now they group date, people get together, a lot of, boys and girls
Uh-huh.
that see each other, they have a relationship, and then, there's, she tells me about, some of the people that drink or
Right.
smoke, so that I know, we have an honest relationship.
Good.
She's free to tell me these things,
Mhm.
but that doesn't mean that I don't worry.
Of
I
course.
don't react like, real averse or get real excited, because this way I keep the information coming
Right.
my way,
If you're
And-
freaking
and I'm
out, she'd be
there.
like, I'm not telling mom anything
Right,
else."
exactly.
Right.
And I understand that
Right.
if she's had, some vodka, I mean, you can be an influence on children on how to behave, but, when it comes to that environment of being young and everybody else is doing it and you're at a party and, all that stuff's gonna happen.
Right. Right.
Alcohol's gonna be had,
Okay, so let's just using this example, let's say that your thought is that, she's not in a safe environment when she's out. That's just a thought that goes
Yeah.
through your head,
yeah.
okay? So then I would ask you, what evidence do you have that that's true? So you could say, well, she told me, when she was with these kids before they drank alcohol.
Sure.
And that they do other things that, that aren't good.
Right,
So
right.
part of your thought that she's not in a safe environment, there's some evidence that that's true.
Right, exactly.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
so then we wanna say, what part isn't 100% true though? Right, that she's not gonna be in a safe environment, or she's not gonna be safe.